сделал 125.
Adam, что закрышил? Хайп на видео. Так можно.
Что мне говорят, что я опаздываю? 17:30, видишь, нет еще. Валик, шалма.
Мухбосебу, себе грузи таве. Стоять сверху, стремана. Молодец. Ислам на ковер.
Сегодня были последние тяжелые спары.
Меняйте футболку за слово, или снимайте, или меняйте.
Let's go! Вставай, Марк. Dimitrios, welcome. Thank you.
Fresh footage from Islam Makhachev's camp is turning heads, showing a champion training with an intensity that suggests he's leaving absolutely nothing to chance against Ian Garry.
Knob gym in Dagestan, but we have the main person that I believe is always here for Islam, and that's Habib. He is basically running the whole program, really. I do little bits and parts here and there. I've become more of a mentor type than actually the head coach now, and I like my role. I do less work. That I also get to watch someone like Habib take over with the great honor and joy it gives me to see how great of a coach he is, and to see all the guys and how much they're learning from him. It's a big joy to see someone take over where you were before and how great they're doing.
Islam, mashallah, look amazing. Habib come here, change the energy of the whole camp. They become like, it's like the army here, it's military. Everybody on time, everybody training good. We having fun.
Weighing in with his own prediction, John Jones sides with Makhachev to get past Garry at UFC 330, pointing to his wrestling, the strength of his team, and his faith as the biggest advantages working in his favor.
Islam Makhachev and his upcoming fight, he made a successful debut in the upper weight class, step up to welterweight. What difference does it take when you stepping up in the weight class on a championship level?
Yeah, Islam's going to fight against Ian Garry next, right? I assume that Islam's going to win that one just because of his wrestling pedigree. You know, to be able to dictate if the fight's going to be standing or on the ground, it's a great gift. Another guy with a strong team behind him, strong faith. I'm not rooting for anyone in that fight because I don't know either one of those guys on the personal level, but I'm assuming that Islam's going to win. Right, that's my prediction.
Thank you so much for your time.
Red corner. Huh?
We still have a bet.
Yeah, we have a bet. Guys, this is John Bones Jones, and you just heard the red corner. Have a good one.
From grueling conditioning work to sharpened grappling sessions, every angle of his preparation points to a fighter treating this matchup with the utmost seriousness.
Hey!
Austrália. Caralho, velho. Vai tomar multa aí, hein?
Now, Khabib described Garry as a stylistically uncomfortable opponent given how much he moves and how far he strikes from. He points to Garry's frame, standing well over 6 feet tall with long arms and reach on his kicks, as a genuine problem.
Руки длинные, ноги длинные, выбрасывает. Ну, опять-таки, надо будет за ним бегать, собирать его. Надо будет хватать, собирать, валить. Тяжелый бой. Скоро 35.
Он just первый же год, да?
Все вместе. Стилистический возраст. Это все, я считаю, что будет тяжелый бой. Но не легкий бой.
Adding on, Luke Thomas shares a striking account of Makhachev sparring with middleweight Punahele Soriano, describing how Soriano, despite being a full 185-pounder at the time, was completely dominated over 2 full hours and admitted he simply couldn't do anything against him.
So it was funny. He was saying one time, this was during the pandemic, he was rolling up to Extreme Couture and he had no one to train with for whatever time. And he called up Ali and he's like, I got no one to train with. And they're like, oh yeah, we'll send Islam to go. And he was a full, Soriano at the time was a full 85er. And he said Makhachev just fucking murdered him for 2 hours. He couldn't do anything to him. He was like, I'm an 85er and this guy's a 55er. I can't do shit to this guy. You know, and you're hearing I've just noticed there's a lot of that happening.
One area where the analysts are giving Garry serious credit is his striking at range, pointing to his elusive movement, stand switching, and sharp low kicks as tools that allow him to control the entire pace of a fight from the outside, with his performance against Carlos Prates held up as the clearest example of just how dangerous and difficult to deal with that style can become when everything clicks.
I'm going to go with Ian Garry, dude. I think he's going to be too elusive on the feet. I don't think Makhachev's going to be able to kick at range against him and do that effectively. And I think it's big danger for Makhachev on the feet, man. At range? Listen, against JDM's the same size as Makhachev. Maybe a slight bit taller than him. But they're about the same frame, same size. Makhachev went to the legs of JDM. You know, knowing that he was going to have that stance. And we've seen that, you know, JDM's low kick defense isn't what it's all cracked up to be. So that was kind of like a, you know, in hindsight now we know. When it comes to Makhachev against JDM. And he had been taken down by Gilbert Burns, but he had a broken arm, but you know.
Even while admitting he feels dumb for making the pick and acknowledging he's glazing Garry, the MMA guru can't shake that strong, deep down belief that the Irishman will pull off the upset. It's the kind of pick that doesn't fully make sense on paper but feels right in the gut. When the tape gets broken down, logic might lean toward Islam. But something about this fight has the analysts second-guessing themselves. And in MMA, that kind of uncertainty usually means one thing: a wild fight ahead.
Just maybe. Despite him being against the odds, because we know Islam Makhachev's going to be a favorite here. Maybe, just maybe, the Boys & Co. do it again. Okay? Hear me out. Strickland pulled it off against Chimaev. Gaethje just pulled off the impossible against Ilia Topuria. And you're telling me that I shouldn't pick Ian Machado Garry to defeat Islam Makhachev in the main event and school him over 5 rounds? Come on! This is how it works, right? This is just the way things go, folks. I don't make the rules of MMA. I really don't.
The MMA guru isn't sugarcoating it. This is a very interesting and tough fight between the Irishman and the Dagestani. He sees a clash that goes beyond the usual hype, one that's genuinely hard to call. On one side, you've got Islam's suffocating pressure and top-tier grappling. On the other hand, Garry's length, movement, and ability to make you miss. It's the kind of matchup that forces you to sit down and really think about how it plays out. And the guru's not alone in that. Plenty of analysts are struggling to find a clear path to victory for either man.
There's an underdog there. And his name's Ian Machado Garry. And he should lose. And Islam Makhachev's on this GOAT horizon. And man, if he wins this one, we may have to have some uncomfortable conversations about the GOAT list. We've heard it all before. He's in a caucus. He can't be beaten. Even though this one's been beaten before. I've seen this guy flatline KO'd. Okay? And I'm not supposed to pick Ian Machado Garry here. I'm picking Ian Garry! Ugh. I never thought I'd say those words. But god damn it, I'm picking Ian Garry. And I'm picking Ian Garry to win the World Championship, dude. It's McGregor versus Khabib, Part 2. Dagestan versus Ireland. A matchup of the ages. They're running it back. This is a very interesting matchup, though, to be honest with you. Islam Makhachev went out there against JDM, held him down for 5 rounds.
So when the dust settles at UFC 330, one thing's for sure, this fight is way more intriguing than the odds suggest. You've got the champion who's beaten everyone placed in front of him, and a challenger who believes he's the one built to solve the puzzle. Length versus pressure. Precision versus power. Youth versus experience. Will Islam impose his will early and remind everyone why he's the lightweight king? Or does Ian Garry shock the world and leave with the belt around his waist? Drop your predictions in the comments. Who you got, the Dagestani Dominator or the Irish Sniper? And how does it end? Submission. Knockout. Decision. If you enjoyed this breakdown, hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss our next fight preview. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.